Hello, Theo. This is Oliver Bott. I received your application and portfolio through the university's film department. I must say I'm quite impressed with your work.
Mr. Bott, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm a huge fan of your revitalization work on classic children's media. Your adaptation of Rainbow was brilliant.
Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate someone who recognizes the artistry in children's programming. I'm contacting you because I have an opportunity that might interest you.
I'm all ears.
I'm in the preliminary stages of developing a modern reboot of the Teletubbies franchise. These guys, if you remember them. The project is still highly confidential, but I require someone to survey the original filming location before renovations begin.
The original Teletubbies set? That's totally incredible!
Indeed, the location has been abandoned for years. I mean, just look at the poor thing. I need someone reliable to document the current condition of all structures, take precise measurements, and assess what elements might be salvageable for the new production.
And you're considering me for this?
Yes, your professor speaks highly of your attention to detail, and I was particularly impressed by your documentary on abandoned theme parks. The position would require staying on site for 5 days. Are you available beginning tomorrow?
5 days starting tomorrow? That's very short notice.
I understand, but time is of the essence with this project. I can offer a stipend of £2,000 for the 5 days, plus potential credit on the final production.
£2,000 for 5 days? I'm definitely interested.
Excellent. The job would require camping on site. There are no accommodations nearby. Do you have appropriate camping equipment?
I do. I go hiking most summers. I have everything I'd need for a few days in the field.
Perfect. I should mention that discretion is paramount. I'm currently in delicate negotiations regarding licensing. Any premature rumors about a reboot could complicate matters significantly.
I completely understand. I can be discreet.
I'll need you to sign an NDA before proceeding. I'm sending it now to your email. It's too large a file size to send her. Let me know once you have it.
Got it. Reviewing it now. This all looks standard. I've signed and am sending it back.
Thank you. Here are the coordinates for the location. 51.9643 degrees north. 1.0789 degrees west. It's quite remote. Arrive by 9 a.m. if possible. I've prepared a detailed checklist of what needs to be documented. I'll send that over on email too, if that works for you.
Absolutely. I'll be there at 9 a.m. sharp. Is there anything specific I should bring besides camping and documentation equipment?
Just bring extra batteries for all your devices. Cell reception is spotty at best, but text messages tend to get through eventually. I'll check in with you periodically. Any questions before tomorrow?
Just one. Will anyone else be on site?
No, you'll be alone. I want to avoid drawing attention to our interest in the property, and I find that surveyors work better without distractions.
Makes sense. I'll prepare tonight and head out early tomorrow.
Excellent. I look forward to your first report. Good night, Theo.
Guys, wake the hell up, bitches. You won't believe what just happened.
It's midday, Theo. We weren't sleeping. And what happened? Did you finally figure out how to use the coffee maker without flooding your kitchen?
Haha, no. This is much bigger. I just got hired by Oliver Bott.
What? The Oliver Bott? Rainbow reboot Oliver Bott?
The very same. He wants me to survey the original Teletubbies filming location for a potential reboot.
Whoa, that's unexpected. Why would he hire a student for that?
He said he liked my abandoned theme park documentary, and my professor recommended me.
That's amazing, Theo. But Matt does have a point. It's unusual for a director of his caliber to hire a student for location scouting.
I know, but he's paying me £2,000 for 5 days of work. That's my rent for 3 months.
Can't argue with that. When do you start?
Tomorrow morning. I have to camp on site for the full 5 days.
Tomorrow? That's super short notice.
I know, but this could be my big break. A foot in the door with someone like Bott? That's priceless.
No arguments there. Just seems a bit rushed.
He said time is of the essence. Something about licensing negotiations.
Well, I think you should go for it. This could lead to future work opportunities, and the money is great.
Already signed the NDA. I'm committed. Just need to get my gear together tonight.
What exactly will you be doing there?
Documenting everything, taking measurements, seeing what can be salvaged for the new production. He sent me a whole checklist.
Sounds straightforward enough. But camping alone for 5 days?
I'll be fine. I've gone camping plenty of times.
Yeah, but usually with us, and usually not at abandoned TV sets.
Are you trying to freak me out?
Just saying. Watch out for the ghost of Tinky Winky.
Very funny. I'm going to get my gear ready. Hold on. all set for tomorrow.
That's a lot of equipment. How's the cell reception out there?
Bot said it's spotty, but text messages should get through.
Make sure your location sharing is turned on, just to be safe.
Yes, Mom.
And pack extra food. And a first aid kit.
Seriously, guys, I'll be fine. It's a children's TV set, not a haunted asylum.
Famous last words.
Ignore him. We're just looking out for you. But this is a great opportunity. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks, Gianna. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to research a bit before I go to sleep.
Don't stay up too late. You have an early start.
Will do. Talk to you tomorrow when I get there. Sorry, guys. I know it's actually late this time, but I've been looking online for info about the original filming location. There's surprisingly little out there.
Really? That's weird for such a popular show.
Right? Just found that production stopped suddenly. The press releases cited creative differences and budget constraints, but there's like no concrete info.
What year did it end?
The original run ended in 2001, but they did a revival from 2015 to 2018. That was filmed somewhere else, though.
Did you find anything about why they abandoned the original set?
Nothing specific, just that they stopped using it after the original series. It's been sitting there untouched for years, apparently.
That's kind of incredible that it's still there. You'd think someone would have repurposed the land.
I guess I'll find out all the details tomorrow. Maybe I'll finally discover the real story behind why it was canceled.
And abandoned. Take lots of pictures. This could make a great documentary on its own.
Already planning on it? All right. I need to sleep. Early start tomorrow.
Good luck. Text us when you arrive.
Night. Don't let the Teletubbies get you.
Thanks for that mental image. Right before bed. Good night. Morning, guys. I'm on my way. Getting pretty remote out here.
You're up early. Excited?
Excited and a little nervous, but mostly excited. We just passed what I think is the last actual town. Now it's just fields and the occasional farmhouse.
It looks beautiful in that picture. Very peaceful.
It was peaceful for the first hour. Now it's getting a bit isolated. Haven't seen another vehicle for about 20 minutes.
That's normal for the countryside. Not everywhere is packed like London.
I know that, but the road is getting worse too. Bus driver just announced my stop is next, though. After that, he turns around. That is, apparently I'm the only one going this far out.
That's a little creepy. Are you sure you have the right location?
According to the coordinates. Yes, the bus driver confirmed it's near the old TV studio site. Gotta go, we're stopping. I'll text when I'm off. Good morning, Mr. Bot. I've arrived at what I believe is the location. There's a gate with BBC signage, but it's very overgrown.
Good morning, Theo. Yes, that's the place. The padlock code is 3812. It might be stiff from disuse.
Thank you. How long has it been since anyone's been here?
The production ended in 2001. The BBC maintained security checks for a few years, but to my knowledge, no one has been on the property for at least 15 years.
That explains the condition. I'm heading in now.
Please follow the checklist I provided, and send me updates on each section as you complete it.
Will do. I'm excited to get started. I'm in, and this place is something else.
Whoa. It looks like something from a post-apocalyptic movie.
It really does. Everything's still here, just decaying. Remember how bright and cheerful this all looked on TV?
That's kind of sad. It looks so different from what I remember.
It's eerie how things that were designed to be happy and colorful can become so creepy when abandoned. The whole place feels frozen in time. I keep expecting to hear that baby son giggling.
Please tell me the baby son isn't still there.
Haven't seen it yet, but I'll let you know if I find a giant screaming sun face.
Very reassuring. How big is the property?
Pretty extensive. There's the main filming area where they did most of the outdoor scenes. Then several outbuildings that probably housed equipment and production facilities. And the iconic green hill in the center.
Is that where they lived? The Teletubbies, I mean.
Yep, that's the famous Tubbytronic Superdome. I'll be checking that out later. Working through Bot's checklist methodically for now.
Good luck, and keep the updates coming.
Starting with Section A, as noted on your checklist, the exterior set pieces show significant weathering. Most wooden structures have extensive rot, but the concrete foundations appear sound.
Thank you, Theo. This is exactly the kind of detail I need. What about the terrain itself?
The landscaping has been completely overtaken by natural growth, but the topography is consistent with the original design. The hills and valleys that gave the show its distinctive look are still intact, just need extensive clearing and landscaping.
Excellent. Please continue to Section B when you're ready.
Making progress through the site. It's bigger than it looked on TV. Everything looks smaller on television, they say, but this place is massive.
How's the creep factor?
Manageable. In daylight, it's just sad more than scary. Heading toward the big green mound now. That's the centerpiece of the whole set.
Take lots of pictures. I always wondered how they made that.
Will do. Wow. It's even stranger up close. The fake grass is peeling off in places. Shows the structural frame underneath. Oh, something cool here.
What is it?
There are these strange depressions in the ground around the mound, like someone dug holes and then filled them back in. I'm going to check one out.
Be careful. The ground could be unstable.
Holy crap. Guys, this is some crazy stuff right here.
What the hell are those?
I think they're the actual Teletubby costumes. They're just dumped in this pit, partially buried.
That's bizarre. Those would be valuable production assets. Why would they just leave them there?
No idea. They look like they've been here for years. I'm going to ask Bot about this.
Those empty eye holes are creeping me out. They look like they're staring at you.
Thanks for that image. Now I can't unsee it. Mr. Bot, I found something unusual. There's a pit near the main mound containing what appear to be the original costumes. Were you aware of this? Seems strange to discard valuable props this way.
Ah, yes, those old things. They had nowhere else to put them when production wrapped.
But why bury them in a pit? Wouldn't they normally be kept in storage?
Normally, yes, but those particular costumes had deteriorated beyond repair. Mold issues, I believe. It's not a concern for our project. We'll be using CGI for the characters in the reboot.
I see. They just seemed oddly discarded.
Production wrap-ups can be chaotic. Please continue with your survey. I'm particularly interested in the structural integrity of the mound itself.
Will do. Moving on to that now. Just talked to Bot about the costumes.
And?
He said they had nowhere else to put them, and that they had mold issues. But it still seems weird.
Yeah, those costumes would be worth a fortune to collectors, or at least to a TV museum.
Apparently they're using CGI for the reboot anyway, so the costumes aren't relevant to the new production.
Still, who buries TV props in a pit?
I know, the whole thing feels off, but I'm not going to risk my job by pushing too hard.
Smart. Any other discoveries?
Not yet. I'm setting up camp now, though. It's getting dark surprisingly fast out here.
That's actually a beautiful spot, but maybe camp a bit further from the creepy costumes.
Already ahead of you. I'm at the opposite end of the property, going to get a fire going before it gets completely dark.
How are you feeling about spending the night there?
A little uneasy, if I'm honest. It's just so quiet and isolated, and something about those empty costume heads is sticking with me.
I told you, those empty eye holes are nightmare fuel.
Thanks again for that, but it's just an abandoned TV set. My imagination is just running wild.
That's normal. Just keep us updated. Maybe set an alarm to text us in the morning.
Will do. Got my fire going now. Feels much better now. Light and warmth make it feel less creepy. I'm going to eat something and then try to get some sleep. Tomorrow I start on the interior surveys.
Sleep tight. Don't let the Teletubbies bite.
One more comment like that, and I'm sending Tinky Winky to your house.
Both of you stop it. Theo, get some rest. Text us in the morning.
Will do. Good night, guys. Morning, sort of.
Hey, how was your first night in Tubbyland?
Not great. Actually, really not great.
Oh, what happened? Are you okay?
I'm fine physically, but I barely slept. I kept hearing things.
Like the wind?
More like movement all around the tent, like something was circling me.
Probably just animals. You're in the countryside after all.
That's what I told myself at first, but it didn't sound like any animal I've ever heard.
What did it sound like?
Shuffling, like feet dragging through grass. And there were these sounds, not quite animal, but not human either. Sort of like humming, but distorted.
That's creepy as hell. You're creeping me out just reading this.
That's not even the worst part.
There's more?
My campfire. It was completely taken apart, not just extinguished, methodically dismantled.
What the actual hell? Those stones are arranged in a pattern. That's not random.
Exactly. I spent half an hour carefully building that fire last night. I'm 100% certain I didn't leave it like that.
Could someone else be on the property?
Bot said I'd be completely alone, but I'm starting to wonder.
That's seriously disturbing.
I know. I'm going to ask Bot about it.
Good idea. In the meantime, maybe move your campsite closer to your vehicle, just in case you need to leave quickly.
That's smart. I'll do that today. Mr. Bot, something concerning happened last night. I heard strange movements around my tent, and this morning I found my campfire had been dismantled. Is there someone else on the property I should know about?
Good morning, Theo. Nothing to be alarmed about. The property has had coyote problems historically. They can be quite curious creatures.
Coyotes dismantled my fire and arrange the stones in a pattern.
Wildlife can display surprisingly intelligent behavior, especially when investigating human encampments. For tonight, I recommend keeping your fire lit throughout the night. That should keep them at a distance.
Keep the fire lit while I'm sleeping? That doesn't seem safe or practical.
It's essential for keeping the coyotes away. Trust me on this. The fire must remain lit.
I'm not sure I understand why that's so important. Couldn't I just use a flashlight or something?
Coyotes have a primal fear of fire. Light alone won't deter them. The fire must stay lit, Theo, for your safety.
All right, if you say so.
Now, how is your survey progressing? Have you started on the outbuildings?
Yes, I'll be examining those today. I'll send updates as I go.
Excellent. I look forward to your findings.
So I just talked to Bot. He says it was coyotes.
Coyotes? So a bunch of animals dismantled your fire and arranged the stones? Sure.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either, but it gets even more strange. He told me I need to keep my fire lit all night to keep the coyotes away.
While you're sleeping? That's extremely dangerous.
Right? He was really insistent about it too, like uncomfortably insistent.
Wait a second. If the fire is supposed to keep coyotes away, then how did they get close enough to dismantle it?
Exactly. None of this makes sense.
Theo, I'm getting worried. Do you want me to drive out there? I could be there by evening. Stay with you for the rest of the assignment.
I'd love that honestly, but I can't. The NDA I signed specifically prohibits visitors. Bot was very clear that I'm to be the only one on site.
Screw the NDA. We want to help you, buddy.
I need this job, Matt, and Bot could really help my career. I'm not risking getting fired.
I understand, but promise you'll call us if things get any more intense.
I promise. Anyway, I need to get back to work. I have a lot to document today. Starting on the outbuildings now, the first one appears to be what was once a prop storage area. Significant water damage to the ceiling, evidence of hasty evacuation.
Interesting. Any salvageable materials?
Very little. It looks like the most valuable items were removed, but there are still random props scattered around, almost like they left in a hurry.
That aligns with what I know about the production's end. Please continue to the next structure.
Moving on. Well, this is strange. I'm in what looks like a break room, but there are symbols scratched into the walls, partially scraped off. They don't match the show's aesthetic at all.
Symbols? Can you send photos?
They look almost like sun symbols, but more complex.
Very interesting. Have you found any similar markings near the central mound?
I haven't checked the mound interior yet. That's scheduled for tomorrow.
I see. Please take detailed photos of any similar symbols you find. They may help us understand the production history.
Will do. You seem particularly interested in these. Any specific reason?
Just thorough documentation. We want to understand every aspect of the original production for authenticity purposes.
Understood. I'll keep an eye out for more. The day just keeps getting better. There are a bunch of cryptic symbols covering the inside of the outbuildings. They definitely don't look like they belong in a children's show. More like something from a cult horror movie. And Bot got really interested when I sent him them. Specifically asked if I'd found any near the central mound.
That's odd. What would symbols like that be doing on a children's show set?
No idea, but someone tried to scrape them off, like they were trying to hide them.
Can you get a picture? I want to see if I recognize the symbols.
Best I could do with this lighting.
Thanks. I'll look into these. They seem vaguely familiar.
Let me know if you find anything. I'm going to finish documenting these outbuildings, then find a better spot for my camp tonight.
Good idea. Somewhere with visibility in all directions.
Already scouted a place. There's a small hill at the edge of the property. I can see most of the set from there.
Are you planning to sleep tonight?
Yes. In fact, I'm planning to stay awake as long as possible. I want to catch whatever was making those noises last night.
Be careful. Don't confront anyone or anything. Just observe and document.
That's the plan. I'll set up some recording equipment too. If something happens, I'll have evidence.
Smart, but seriously. If things get scary, just leave. No job is worth your safety.
I know, I'm being cautious, but I also need to complete this assignment.
We understand. We'll be checking our phones all night.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. Going to move my gear to the new campsite now. Wish me luck.
Good luck. And Theo, if you see any Teletubbies walking around, run!
Very helpful, Matt. Very helpful.
Ignore him. Stay safe, Theo.
Will do. Talk to you later. Yo, I'm alive.
Morning, bud. How'd the surveillance go?
Terrible again. I tried to stay awake, but I only managed a few hours before passing out.
Well, did anything happen?
Just more noises all night long, just beyond where the firelight reached. I tried to record some of it. I can't make anything out clearly, but I swear I could hear sun and home repeated, over and over.
I don't like that at all.
Literally, but anyway, I need to get started on today's work.
What area are you covering today?
The playground area, you know? where the Teletubbies used to play with those weird vacuum cleaners and stuff.
The Nunu. That was the vacuum's name.
Yes. Thank you for that crucial information, Matt. I'll update you guys later. Starting on the playground area now. The structures are still largely intact, though heavily weathered.
Excellent. Please document the condition of each piece. We'll need to determine what can be restored.
There's extensive damage to some pieces, not just weather deterioration. Some appears to be vandalism. It almost looks like claw marks.
Interesting. Local teenagers, most likely. The property has been unattended for years.
These don't look like they were made with tools. They're too irregular.
Please continue with your documentation. I'm particularly interested in the structural integrity of the larger pieces.
Will do. Oh, actually, there's something else.
Yes?
I can hear something coming from the central mound. Are you sure nobody else is supposed to be here with me?
No. Stay on task.
But I clearly heard movement last night, sir.
It's nothing to concern yourself with. Focus on your assignment. Remember, all areas must be surveyed by day 5.
About that, why day 5 specifically? You mentioned it's the summer solstice, right? Why is that date important for starting renovation?
Personal reasons. The timeline is non-negotiable. Now please continue with your work. Have you completed the playground documentation?
Almost, but I'm still concerned about the noises.
Ignore them. Animals, wind, settling structures, old buildings make sounds. That's all.
If you say so. I'll finish the playground section now. Did you all see the conversation I just had with Bot that I sent you on email? Does that conversation seem normal to you guys?
Not even remotely. He completely dismissed your concerns, and that stay-on-task response is cold as hell.
Right? And he's obsessed with finishing by the summer solstice, but won't explain why.
I don't like how he's ignoring your safety concerns.
I'm starting to think there's something he's not telling me.
Hold on. Let me look into this solstice thing. Give me a few minutes.
Thanks. While you do that, check this out. These are all over the playground.
Those look like claw holes? Way too big for a coyote.
Exactly. And they look deliberate, like whatever made them was trying to destroy the equipment.
Beck, so the summer solstice is the longest day of the year. It has major significance in pagan ceremonies, especially those worshiping the sun.
The sun? Like the giant baby sun from the show?
Yeah, that's actually a disturbing connection. The sun was a major character in the show, and now Bot is fixated on a sun worship date.
This is getting creepier by the minute.
I've been doing some digging too, about the original production. Found some old forum posts claiming that several actors disappeared during the final season.
Disappeared? Like quit or?
Like vanished, never seen again. The posts are from someone claiming to be a crew member. Says the production ended suddenly after the 3rd disappearance.
That can't be true. Wouldn't that have been a huge news story?
Not necessarily. If they were just contract actors in costumes, the production company could have covered it up. Said they left for other opportunities.
This is crazy. Are you suggesting something happened to them here?
I'm not suggesting anything, just sharing what I found. It could be complete nonsense.
God, I hope so, because right now I'm standing in the middle of this place, and those noises from the mound have stopped, but I just found something else.
What?
These are near my campsite, too small for an adult, but they're not animal tracks, at least not any animal I recognize.
The hell? 3 toes? What kind of animal has 3 toes?
Exactly, and they're all around where I was sleeping.
Theo, think about this more deeply, and then really consider quitting this crap.
I can't just leave, though. I need this job.
Your safety is more important than any job.
Look, I'm going to investigate the central mound tomorrow. That's where the noises are coming from, and I bet that's where I'll find answers.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
No, but I'm doing it anyway. Bot is clearly hiding something, and I'm going to find out what it is. Worst case, I'll get an awesome news story out of this. Going to try to get some actual sleep tonight. Need to be sharp tomorrow.
Good idea.
Playground documentation complete. Sending the full set of photos and measurements as requested.
Thank you, Theo. Excellent work today. Tomorrow you'll be investigating the central mound, correct?
Yes, that's next on the schedule.
Perfect. Please be thorough. Every detail matters.
Of course. By the way, I found some unusual footprints near my campsite. 3-toed. Any idea what might have made them?
Nothing to worry about. Local wildlife is all. Focus on your assignment.
Just curious. I've never seen tracks like these before.
The property has many unusual features. Concentrate on documentation, not wildlife.
Understood. I'll be ready to enter the mound tomorrow.
Excellent. Rest well. I look forward to tomorrow's findings.
Crap. Sorry for the late update. I'm back.
Theo, we were getting worried. It's almost 3 p.m.
Everything okay?
Nope. I haven't slept. Like, at all.
What happened?
I spent the entire night keeping that fire lit. Just like Bot said. There was something out there, moving around my camp constantly.
Did you see anything?
Kind of, but whatever it was, had a lot of color, just at the edge of where the light reached.
Could just be lens flare from the fire.
Trust me, it wasn't lens flare. I saw something. I'm so damn sick of this crap. I don't trust Bot anymore.
Neither. And I've been thinking about those coyotes. Are there even coyotes in that part of England?
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Those are American things.
I checked regional wildlife reports. No mentions of coyote packs in that area. There aren't supposed to be any.
Of course not, because Bot is lying about everything.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to check out the central mound, the Tubby house. I've been putting it off because it freaks me out, but I need answers.
Are you sure that's safe? You're exhausted. Your judgment might be impaired.
I need to finish this job, and I need to know what's going on. I'm heading there now. I'll keep you updated.
Be careful, and maybe keep a weapon handy.
Way ahead of you. I've got a crowbar from my toolkit. Heading to the mound now. We'll text in a few minutes. At the mound, this place is way creepier up close.
That actually looks smaller than I imagined.
TV magic, I guess. It's only about 12 feet high. But the door, something's wrong with it.
What do you mean?
It looks like it's been sealed. With clay or something.
That's bizarre. Why would someone seal it?
I don't know, but I'm going in. Or maybe not. The door won't open. I'm pushing, but it won't budge.
Maybe that's a sign you shouldn't go in?
Well, I need to document the interior. It's literally my job.
Theo, wait.
No more waiting. I'm kicking it in. All right. I'm inside. This isn't at all what was shown on TV.
What do you see?
It's just a dirt room, completely empty. Except there's a hole in the center of the floor.
A hole? Like a small hole or...
No, it's big, maybe 4 feet across. This wasn't in the show. The TV floor was solid, and the walls were colorful.
Can you see how deep it is?
No, it's too dark. I'm going to try to get a better look. I'm shining my flashlight down there.
Be careful. Don't get too close to the edge.
Hell no! There's something down there.
You what?
Eyes! I saw eyes looking back at me. They disappeared as soon as I looked at them.
That's enough. Go now!
Agreed. I'm telling Bot about this too. I'm done with this cryptic crap. I'm in the mound. There's a hole in the center. I just saw a pair of eyes looking at me from inside it. What the hell is going on here? I've had enough of your lies. The coyotes, the fire, the symbols. These aren't normal things. I want answers now, or I'm calling the police.
So it's true. Theo, listen to me very carefully. You need to leave immediately. Get out of the mound, get off the property, and burn it. Burn it all down.
What? You want me to commit arson? What are you not telling me?
There's no time to explain. Just get out now.
The door, it won't open. I just tried. It won't budge.
Break it down.
I'm trying. It won't move. Something's holding it shut from the other side. Oh God! The ground. It's cracking.
Theo, climb out a window. Anything.
There are no windows. The cracks are getting bigger. I think the floor is going to collapse. Bot knows. I don't know what the hell is going on, but he knows. He just told me to burn the whole place down, and the door is stuck. I can't get out.
Theo, no!
The floor, it's breaking apart.
Is there another way out?
Just the door, and it won't open.
Theo, we're calling emergency services! Grab onto the wall.
Theo, are you there? Theo?
Theo, answer us!
Matt, we need to go help him. What's the exact address?
Let me pull up the coordinates he sent. Should we try to reach Bot?
I'm already looking him up. Found a contact at his production company.
This is insane. What the hell even happened?
I don't know, but I'm getting on the bus now. I can be there in 3 hours.
I'll hop on one too. Theo, if you can see this, we're coming. Just hang on.
Jesus Christ. My back is in agony, but I guess I'm alive.
Theo! Holy crap! Are you okay?
Oh, thank God. What happened?
I fell. The floor collapsed, but I landed on dirt. Broke my fall.
Are you hurt?
I'm pretty bruised, but nothing broke. My phone somehow survived. 42% battery left.
Where are you?
Underground. There's a huge cavern here.
What the hell? Is that... Are those symbols glowing?
Yes, they're painted with something phosphorescent. The whole place is covered in them.
I'm gonna see if I can identify them.
There's something in the center too. I think it's an altar.
It looks like it's positioned under the center of the mound, where the hole would be.
Exactly. There's an opening above it. I think it's aligned so the sun shines directly on it. At certain times, that is.
The summer solstice, when the sun is at its highest point. That would be tomorrow.
These symbols, they're everywhere.
I'm researching them now. They look similar to ancient sun cult markings from pre-Christian European religions.
Sun cult, like the baby sun from the show?
Exactly. This can't be coincidence.
Theo, we're coming. We're on the bus as we speak. We have rope and climbing gear. We'll be there in about an hour.
You guys are amazing. I'm going to try to contact Bot. He seemed to know something about this before I fell. Mr. Bot, I'm alive. I fell into some kind of underground cavern. There's an altar here, and symbols everywhere.
Theo! Thank God. Listen to me. Stay hidden. I'm coming. I have barrels of Molotovs in the back of my truck, and I've got my driver going as fast as possible. We need to finish this before the solstice begins.
Molotovs? What the hell are you talking about? What is this place? What did you get me into?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know about the cavern. I swear. I suspected something, but not this.
Suspected what? You need to tell me everything. Right now!
They started disappearing. The actors, in the final season. First it was small things, refusing to take off the costumes, saying strange things, praise the sun, over and over. Then they'd disappear. We thought they quit, just walked off, but their belongings were still in their lockers, their cars still in the lot.
Jesus Christ. How many?
70 people gone. The BBC shut everything down. They said it was creative differences, budget issues, but it was fear.
Why didn't anyone report this?
They did. The police investigated, but they found nothing. The BBC's lawyers handled everything, quietly. Settlement money to families. I was just an assistant director then, but I knew. I've been looking for answers for years. And the cavern. I heard rumors about it, but I could never find it.
That's so messed up. Guys, there's movement in the dark. I'm not alone down here, and I don't think I can climb out. I'm hiding behind the dirt pile.
They? Who's they?
I don't even know how to describe this. They're coming from tunnels around the cavern. They look like Teletubbies, but starved it looks like. They're thin, emaciated, and the costumes, it looks fused to them, to their skin.
Jesus Christ. How many are there?
At least 20 that I can see. They're gathering around the altar, moving in this jerky way, almost mechanical, but organic. It's horrifying. Now they're chanting. I can hear them. It sounds like the show phrases, but distorted. Time for sun. Over and over.
Just stay hidden. We're coming.
They're here, the Teletubbies, or what's left of them.
I was afraid of this. Are they gathered at the altar?
Yes. What are they? Are these the missing actors?
I believe so, or what's become of them. There was a cult, you see, within the production. We never knew who was involved. They were sacrificing to some sun deity.
Why would the BBC create a children's show with these lunatics?
They didn't know. None of us knew. The cult formed during production. The actors became changed. The costumes, something about them. They started to become one with them.
That's disgusting. And you sent me here.
I had to know. I've been trying to find that cavern for years, but they know me, my scent. They'd tear me apart if I came within even 100 yards of them.
So I was bait? You used me?
Yes, and again, I'm sorry, but I had to know, and I had to stop them before more people disappeared.
How many others have you sent here?
None. You're the first. I didn't think they were still active. I thought they were gone, but the solstice is tomorrow. I should have known. So you just stay hidden for now, okay?
There's more of them coming.
Do not let them see you. Do you understand? If they catch you, they'll put you in one of those suits, and you'll become one of them.
Oh God. Bot just explained everything. It was a cult. The actors were sacrificing each other to some sun god. And the worst part, Bot knew. He sent me here as bait to find this place.
That bastard. We're almost there, Theo. Just a little while left to go.
Look at them. This is a nightmare.
How are you staying hidden?
Behind this dirt pile, yes. They haven't noticed me yet. Too focused on their ritual.
Don't move. Just stay absolutely still. We're coming as fast as we can.
Hurry, the dirt. It's starting to shift. I don't know how stable it is.
Theo, if it collapses, run! Don't try to fight them. Just run!
There are too many, and the only way out is up. I don't think I can climb it. But hey, I'll give it a go. They're gathering around the altar. One of them is different from the others. More decayed. Patches of fur missing. They're putting it on the altar.
What are they doing?
That looks like Tinky Winky, but it's barely recognizable now.
I don't like this at all. Can you safely get to another location?
Not without them seeing me. I'm staying put. Holy Mother of Christ.
What?
They're tearing it apart. Their own. I can't even describe what I'm seeing.
Theo, don't look. Just focus on staying hidden.
They're eating it. They're literally ripping pieces off with their mouths. And they're chanting. It sounds like the theme song, but all wrong. Distorted. Guttural.
We're going to be there soon. Just 20 more minutes to go. Don't let them do the same to you.
They're cannibalizing one of their own on the altar. This is beyond sick.
I was afraid of this. It's how they prepare for the solstice, a sacrifice to their sun god.
What happened to these people? How did they become these things?
The original actors found the temple during early production. Something was already there, waiting. I think the costumes are conduits, designed to slowly fuse with the wearer, transform them.
Why didn't you warn me? Why didn't you call the police? The army? Anyone?
I tried for years. The police thought I was crazy, or attention-seeking, or trying to create viral marketing. My reputation was destroyed. I became obsessed with finding proof, with stopping them myself.
By throwing me to them?
I'm sorry, truly, but midnight is approaching. The solstice officially begins. They'll become more frenzied, more dangerous.
What about my friends? They're coming here.
I'll find them first. I'm almost there, 10 minutes away. Just stay alive until then.
How close are you guys?
Still about 15 minutes away. We're on the last bus. It can't go any faster.
Bot says he's 10 minutes away.
We called emergency services. Told them you fell into a cavern. They're sending someone, though who knows how long it'll take.
Thank you, but I don't think regular police can handle this.
We've got rope in our bags, and I brought a camping hatchet. Matt has a crowbar.
Be careful when you get here. These things aren't human anymore. Wait. Something else is happening now.
What is it?
They're collecting parts from the one they sacrificed. They're making something. It looks like a smaller costume, a child-sized one.
Jesus Christ. They're trying to expand their numbers.
That's what I think too. They need new people to convert. They're making a smaller costume from parts of the sacrifice.
That confirms my worst fears. They're preparing for new converts. The solstice isn't just a ceremony. It's a recruitment drive.
That's why you were so fixated on this date.
Yes, I knew something would happen. I just didn't know what. But now we can end it, once and for all. I'm almost there.
My friends are coming too. They called emergency services.
Good. We'll need all the help we can get. I have enough accelerant to burn the entire area. We need to destroy all of it. The cavern, the altar, the costumes, everything.
Oh crap! The dirt pile. It's collapsing!
Move then.
I've been spotted! They all just turned and looked at me. All at once! They've stopped the ritual.
Run! Is there anywhere you can go?
I see a crack in the wall. I'm going for it. They're coming after me.
You can make it. Keep going.
All right. I'm deep in the crack now. Holy crap, that was close. They can't reach me in here. Their hands are too big. Those costume hands can't fit through.
Thank God. Stay there. We're getting closer.
They're trying to get to me, clawing at the opening, making these horrible sounds, like the show's phrases but distorted.
Bloody hell. Just stay back. As far as you can get from the opening.
I am. The crack goes back a couple feet. I'm squeezed in tight. They can't reach me yet. They've seen me. I'm hiding in a crack in the wall. They can't reach me for now, but I'm trapped.
I'm pulling up to the property now. I can see the mound from here. How many are there?
At least 20, maybe more in the tunnels.
I'm going to throw Molotovs down the center hole. That should drive them back. Then we'll get a rope to you.
Hurry! I don't know how long I can stay wedged in here.
I see another vehicle approaching. Are those your friends?
Probably. They said they were close.
Good. I'll make contact with them. We'll get you out. I promise.
Bot says he's arrived. He can see the mound.
We're here too. Just pulled up. We can see another vehicle. Is that him?
Probably. He says he's going to throw Molotovs down the central hole to drive these things back.
We brought the rope. Where's the entrance to this cavern?
Through the mound. The floor collapsed. That's how I fell in.
We see it. The mound. There's someone walking toward it, carrying something.
That's Bot, with the Molotovs probably.
We're going to approach. We'll help him.
Just hold on a little longer.
They keep coming back, trying to reach farther into the crack, then retreating, then trying again.
We're with Bot now, working on a plan.
You're actually with him? How does he look?
Honestly, like he hasn't slept in days. Wild eyes. Completely manic. He brought a lot of supplies.
Jesus, he wasn't kidding about the Molotovs.
He has 2 men with him, very serious looking. He just introduced them as others who know, whatever that means.
Great, a whole cult fighting team. Meanwhile, I'm still stuck in a crack in the wall. The symbols are getting brighter.
What symbols?
The ones on the walls outside. They're glowing more intensely now. And there's moonlight coming through the hole in the ceiling. It's moving across the floor, toward the altar.
That's not good. Bot says it's almost midnight. Says we need to hurry.
What's the plan?
Bot's gonna create a distraction. He's going to throw Molotovs down the central hole, drive the creatures away from your position, then we'll lower rope. You climb out.
That's the plan? I have to outrun these things?
You have a better idea?
No, but this plan has approximately 500 ways it could go wrong.
We don't have better options. Bot is preparing the Molotovs now. We've got the rope ready.
They're chanting again. Different from before. More structured. Feels like it's building to something. The moonlight is moving toward the altar. The symbols are glowing brighter. What's happening?
It's beginning. The midnight before solstice is when the barrier is thinnest between our world and what they worship. We need to get you out before the ritual completes.
My friend said you have a plan.
Yes, I'm going to create chaos, fire, smoke. They fear fire now, just as they once used it for protection. When they see the flames, they'll scatter. That's your window. You'll need to run to directly beneath the hole. Your friends will lower a rope. Can you climb?
Yes, rock climbing was a hobby, but how far up?
About 40 feet. Can you manage that?
I have to manage that, don't I? No choice.
No choice. We're ready to begin when you are. On my signal, I'll drop the first Molotov. When you see the flames, run. Don't hesitate. Don't look back.
Got it. I don't think I can squeeze out until they move away a bit, though.
They will. Fire is their weakness. Strange, since they worship the sun. But the corruption has changed them. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. I'm getting ready to move. They're still circling near the crack, but Bot says they'll scatter when the fire starts.
We're in position, right by the entrance hole. Rope is ready. I'm going to lower it as soon as Bot drops the Molotovs.
The rope has knots tied every few feet. To make it easier to climb, just grab it and don't let go. We'll pull as you climb.
Okay, tell me when.
Bot is in position. He has the first Molotov lit. Get ready.
Something's happening down here. The moonlight just reached the altar. The blood is glowing, and the chanting is getting louder.
Bot says that's bad. He's rushing now. First Molotov going in 3, 2, 1.
I see fire! It hit near the altar. They're scattering! Some are screaming. Not like people, like animals.
More going down. Get ready to run.
I'm squeezing out now. They're all running from the fire. The smoke is filling the cavern. I can barely see.
Rope is lowered. Can you see it?
Looking. I see it. I'm going for it. Now!
We see movement. Is that you? Theo, are you there?
I can't see through the smoke coming up. They're screaming from below. It doesn't sound human.
Bot just dropped 3 more Molotovs. The fire is spreading. Theo, please respond.
Theo, if you can read this, the fire is purifying. We're going to burn it all. The entire structure. We're pouring gasoline around the perimeter to make sure nothing escapes. I hope you made it to the rope.
Good God, am I in hospital? Where are you guys?
Theo, you're awake.
Yep, they're treating me for smoke inhalation and burns. Nothing too serious, though.
We've been worried sick. They wouldn't let us ride in the ambulance. We're on our way there now.
Sorry for disappearing. I can't even describe it.
You're safe. That's all that matters.
The climb, it was a nightmare. The smoke was so thick, could barely see the rope.
You did amazing. We could barely see you through all the smoke.
They tried to follow me, those things, grabbing at my legs until the fire got them.
Are you able to talk about it?
I think so. Just having some trouble processing it all. The moonlight hit the altar right as I was climbing, and something appeared above it, like a swirling vortex, opening up.
We saw strange lights coming up through the hole, colors that didn't look natural.
There was nothing natural about any of it. What happened after I got out? Everything's a blur.
We pulled you to safety. You collapsed immediately. Then Bot went crazy. He ordered those guys with him to pour all the remaining gasoline directly into the hole, then threw in another Molotov.
The explosion was massive, way bigger than it should have been. The whole mound collapsed in on itself.
What about Bot?
That was the strangest part. After making sure the fire was going strong, he just sat down. Those 2 guys with him left. Never said a word the entire time, but Bot stayed, just watching the fire, with this look of absolute relief.
Did he get out?
Yes, but he refused to leave. Even when the police and fire department arrived, he just surrendered himself. Didn't resist at all.
The police. What did you tell them?
The truth, that you fell into a cavern. And Bot set fire to the place trying to get you out. They didn't believe the rest.
Of course they didn't.
The paramedics didn't believe us either when we mentioned the creatures. They gave us that poor, traumatized kid's look.
I'm getting that here too. The doctors think I'm hallucinating from trauma. They've given me something to calm me down.
Oh, and have you seen the news? The headline is currently, "Disgraced director burns down iconic children's TV set in bizarre incident." They're already spinning it.
Unbelievable. They're erasing it, just like they did with the original disappearances.
I'm scared, Theo, about what we saw. What if they come after us?
I think they're gone. The fire seemed to destroy them, and whatever they were summoning.
Let's hope so. The police want our statements. They're coming to the hospital.
Great. More people who won't believe us.
We just need to stick together. No one believes it now, but we know what we saw.
Yeah, we do. I'm never going to forget those eyes, looking at me from that hole.
Doctor just came in. We'll be at the hospital soon.
Room 124. See you in a bit.
Mr. Hayes, I'm Officer Davis. I understand you've been through a traumatic experience, so I'll just do this over text. But I need to ask you some questions about what happened at the former television set.
Yes, officer.
Let's start with the basics. Why were you at the location?
I was hired by Oliver Bott to survey the site for a potential reboot of the TV show.
And how did you end up injured?
I fell through the floor of the central mound into a cavern below.
A cavern? Our initial survey didn't show any extensive underground structures.
It was there, a large cavern with symbols on the walls and creatures.
Creatures?
This is where you'll stop believing me, but they looked like deformed Teletubbies, emaciated, with the costumes fused to their bodies.
I see. And Mr. Bott set the fire to rescue you from these creatures?
Yes, and to destroy them. They were performing some kind of ritual.
Mr. Hayes, the paramedics mentioned you might be suffering from hallucinations due to trauma and smoke inhalation. We've taken Mr. Bott into custody on charges of arson and reckless endangerment. He's not contesting the charges.
That doesn't surprise me. He wanted to end it. What is he saying?
Very little, actually. Just that he did what was necessary, and that he's finally free.
Because he is. He's been haunted by this for years.
We'll be speaking with you again after you've had more time to recover. Please don't leave town without notifying us.
I won't.
Get some rest, Mr. Hayes.
Theo, this is a message from Oliver Bott. I'm allowed one text conversation. After that, they're taking my phone.
Bott!
I wanted to thank you for helping him end the nightmare that's consumed his life for years.
You used me as bait. I could have died.
I know, and I'm truly sorry for that. But I want you to know it worked. The temple is destroyed. The solstice ritual was interrupted. Their connection to our world is severed.
How can he be sure?
The entity they were summoning, it needs a physical anchor. The altar, the symbols, all gone now. No more disappearances. No more sacrifices.
What about you? What will happen to you?
I'll likely spend years in prison, but I consider it a small price. I can finally rest knowing those souls are at peace, including my own.
Your own?
My brother was one of the first to disappear, you see. That's why I never gave up, why I became obsessed. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for putting all those souls to rest. Goodbye, Theo.
They're back again. The nightmares. Can't sleep.
Theo, it's 3:42 a.m., but I'm up. Do you want to talk about it?
Same dream as before. I'm climbing the rope, but I can't reach the top. And below me, they're crawling up, getting closer. Their hands just inches from my feet.
I'm here too. Have you tried the meditation exercises?
Yeah, doesn't help. Nothing helps. And these burns still won't heal.
Those don't look like regular burns. Did you show the doctor?
Yeah, they have no idea what's causing it. My blood work came back anomalous, according to the specialist. They're running more tests.
That's concerning. Have you seen the latest news about Bott?
No, what happened?
He's been committed to a psychiatric facility instead of prison. His statements about the possessed costumes were deemed delusional, so they're treating him as mentally ill rather than criminal.
Unbelievable. So once again, the truth gets buried.
Did you see the official explanation for the underground chamber?
No.
Abandoned mining operation, and the remains they found were attributed to unidentified vagrants.
You're kidding. They found remains and they're calling them vagrants?
Yep, everything gets a nice, neat, ordinary explanation. No mention of ritual altars or sun worship.
I got one last message from Bott before they cut off his communication.
What did it say?
It was not great.
Tell us.
Watch for signs of the change. If your skin begins to take on unnatural textures or colors, you must perform the purification immediately. Saltwater bath for 3 hours. Consume nothing but clear liquids for 24 hours. If you begin to feel an unnatural attraction to the sun or reluctance to remove clothing, it has already begun. The entity can transfer through physical contact, even briefly. I pray you escaped untouched.
Holy hell. Did one of those things touch you?
One grabbed my ankle during the climb, but it was just for a second before the fire got it.
Theo, you need to take this seriously. The burns on your arm.
I already realized that. I've been checking every day for any changes. So far, it's just the burns that won't heal and the nightmares.
I've been doing some research, and I found something concerning.
What?
This isn't the first time something like this has happened. There's a pattern. Children's shows throughout TV history abruptly canceled. Cast members exhibiting strange behavior, then disappearing.
What kind of shows?
Ones with distinctive costumes or puppets, like that dinosaur show from the 90s or that puppet show from the 80s. Several cast members vanished. The official reasons were always vague, left to pursue other opportunities, but no one ever saw them again.
You're saying this is bigger than just Teletubbies?
I think there might be entities that use children's entertainment as a way to enter our world, using the performers as vessels.
And there's more. I've been studying the original Teletubbies show. The sun worship symbolism was there all along, subtly embedded in the set, in the costumes, even in the baby sun character.
How did no one notice this?
It was cleverly disguised as innocent children's entertainment, but the patterns are unmistakable once you know what to look for.
All this time, parents were unknowingly exposing their kids to cult imagery.
I've been thinking, we need to do something with all of this before we forget details, before they manage to bury it completely.
You know what? You're right, and I think we should go further than that.
What do you mean?
We should make a film, a documentary, about what really happened, the Teletubbies disaster, the truth behind it all.
That's actually brilliant. We have evidence, photos, recordings.
And we have our testimony, 3 witnesses, plus whatever we can get from Bot.
But will anyone believe us? We'll sound delusional.
Not if we present it right. We start with the facts, the disappearances that can be verified, the abandoned set, the underground chamber that officially exists. Then we layer in our experience.
This could actually work, and it might help others if there are more of these entities out there, using other shows as vessels.
Exactly. We could save lives.
I'm in, 100%. We can use my editing software and Matt's research skills.
And my trauma, might as well put it to good use.
Are you sure you're up for this? It means reliving everything.
I'm reliving it every night anyway. At least this way it serves a purpose. And honestly, I think it might help to take control of the narrative.
It could be therapeutic, a way to process what happened.
So we're doing this? Making a documentary about killer Teletubbies?
When you put it that way, it sounds ridiculous, but yes, we're doing this.
Let's meet tomorrow to plan. My place, 2 p.m.
I'll be there, with all my photos and recordings. Everything we can get.
I'll compile my research and see if I can find any other cases, any other shows with similar patterns.
This feels right. Taking something horrible and using it to warn others.
The film industry won't know what hit it. 3 students exposing its darkest secret.
Let's be real. They'll try to bury us, but we'll make sure the truth gets out, even if we have to distribute it ourselves.
Who needs film school now? We've got the most compelling story already.
True. So, how does The Sun God's Children, the Teletubbies disaster sound for a title?
A bit on the nose, but I like it.
It's perfect. Let's do this.
Tomorrow then, and thanks guys for being there. I wouldn't have survived without you.
You got it, man. Now try to get some sleep.
I'll try. Good night, guys.